by Ruck and his fleet. Ruck out.
Tenno, I'm detecting a synthesis target. Use the synthesis scanner to track the creature.
Too easy. I expected more. I deserve a challenge.
Ruck sees flesh as a flaw. As a result, he has built a profitable artifact smuggler to finance his search in Grineer body modifications and actions. Watch yourself. Grineer are on the way.
That's it. It will be a perfect specimen. Trap it so you can synthesize it for me.
You've located the VIP. Time to go to work.
Candle. You fight for pleasure. You are just another chorus machine to me.
Alrighty. Got ourselves a ribbon. How nice. Well, kill. I think that'll do it. I can get the stream well and truly underway. occurs to me that everybody heard everything for the last 5 minutes. So that's good. Well, at least I remembered to turn my mic off. There was some muttered cursing in the background. Which you'd get anyway, but, you know. Okay. So, extremely low energy stream today. We're just gonna shoot bosses in the face, basically. And get Warframe parts. That's pretty much today, because I don't have the juice at the moment. So I'm gonna have to take a break to get some water at some point, but we'll see where we're at after like an hour. Because being dehydrated right now would probably be a bad call. I have some sort of a cold. It's bugging me. It is probably not the COVID goof, as I have not been surrounded by bodies of late. Fortunately. Out of morbid interest. An actual rifle. Out of morbid interest. Oh, I have 3 Rife and Rivel mods? I had no idea. One for you. I hate those. I've done it before. I just don't like it. Oh, I'm not doing that. So, one of the things I really want to do is Grendel. To get that out of the way. Grendel and, oh, what's his face? Her face. Equinox. Because Equinox requires doing, not Sargus Rook, Tal Rigger. Like 1,000 times to get all 6 or 8 components. It's a lot. Yeah, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8 components. Because you need the night aspect, the day aspect, and 3 parts, I believe, per one of those. So that'll be completely mindless, and to do that, we're going to use Protea. I'm done actually trying at this point. Putting forth any effort would seem to be counterproductive. Oy. I was bringing a gun. What was the gun I was bringing? I don't remember. Again, super low energy today. No energy at all. Probably shouldn't even be streaming, but it requires no real energy investment on my part to stream, so here we are. Why not? I don't roll with the Amprex too frequently. Oh, there's Protea. She's right next door to her hot neighbor Octavia. 2 ludicrously powerful frames right next to each other. How appropriate. Also leveling up my Brack. Oh, that's right. Let me do that right now, because I've got both my Panzervolpa Phyla and my the other thing. And I do think I have Ugh. They're pets. They're new pets. Whatever, they're from Deimos. That's where I have to go. I have to guild them because they're component, they're like Zaws, but pets. So you have to guild them to actually get anything out of them. So that's what I'm doing right now. Fast travel to Potter. Actually, is there anything in Operation Warfix Venom I still need to grab? Have the hat, have the Cedo, have the frame, have the spare frame, have the skins. I can buy duplicates of these, so I have a low-level version of same. I have that. I have both of those. I could buy more Stance Forma blueprints if I felt like farming Argon, which I never, ever, 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 ever do. I only farm Argon when I absolutely need it. I could start getting duplicates of Arcanes. It is basically too late to farm for that because I have not had quite the amount of time I would have liked over the last week. I can also keep leveling up my Necromechs. The event is great for leveling Necromechs because you need one anyway. You'll have it up to 30 by the time the event's like halfway done, give or take. And since you've got to, its max level is 40, so you slap a form on there, slap, and ta-da, rinse, wash, repeat. Kind of wish it had Forma available in its reward pool, like Plague Star does. Ugh, that's like the best reason to run Plague Star whenever it turns around, other than the pretty good Zaw Arcanes and Zaw component and phenomenal Zaw components, is for Forma. Just roll for about a zillion Forma because you can get a lot of them on the relatively cheap. I do have all boosters at the moment, very good, except for mod boosters because I never feel like getting those. So his actual name is Vilcor, which I forgot. I had the wrong person anyway. Fast travel to Sun, and he's the one who builds experimental procedures, I think. Yes. Guild. Ah, it requires standing. You're killing me. I don't have the standing for that. I've been slain. I think I need another depolarity. Yes. Yes, another depolarity, I think. Let me just double check that because there was a build I was going for that I set up somewhere. Where did I put that? Here we go. Yeah, I need another depolarity anyway. And at some point I'd like to get primed Animal Instinct on there and primed Pack Leader. For those I'll need a hyphen and a V polarity respectively. Well, that's manageable. I can do that. Yeah, because the primed Pack Leader it grants you melee lifesteal link. So like every melee attack you do, you heal for 66, I think when that's maxed, yeah, 66% lifesteal link when that's maxed out. Basically means the thing is never going to die. Not that, interestingly, the Panzer Volpaphyla actually ever dies anyway. These things are goofy. They don't die properly. So I'm going to do another depolarity because I need to put on, in terms of expensive mods, most of my really expensive mods that I have on there now are depolarity anyway, so it's kind of a moot point. Okay, let's see if I can synth deconstruct. Actually, synth deconstruct is okay, but Oh, I see, yeah. So I'm blatantly stealing someone's build that looked pretty cute just to make the Panzer Volpaphyla do basically stay alive all the time and provide like items and support, which is pretty good. It's gonna be a stat stick no matter what.
Without a name.
Panzer Volpaphyla. I don't know. Can always rename it. I'm never going to. So apparently I had the standing to do that. I was pretty sure I didn't, so now I have to go and get more standing. This is why I have not done Mountains of Deimos grind, because it's a mountain grind. There's some granny tokens here. Attack, father, daughter, grandmother. What do we got? Yes, I can afford all of that. Gimme. Exchange family tokens. Yes. Yes. Trade tokens for standing. I do have to like get Seriglass at some point. For now though, if I need 5,000, I only need what? 50. Yes. 52. Mother tokens are incredibly easy to get. Strictly speaking, what I just did is highly wasteful, but I need to save grandmother tokens. Mostly for Seriglass shards, which are dumb expensive. These things should cost half of what they do. It is obnoxious how many of these you need to get. You don't need a ton of Seriglass shards. As far as I know, you can't get them from anywhere else but grandmother. I'm gonna double check that right now. Resource that can be purchased from grandmother in the necklace and is used to craft Entrati weapons. It is also required as a sacrifice to attain family rank with the Entrati. So you're gonna have to buy one of these anyway. At least one. Seriglass shards can be purchased from grandmother in the necklace for 20 grandmother tokens each. So. People saying, hey, the easiest way to grind this is basically by doing vault runs, which is true. That's basically been my experience, is run vaults because you'll get a mix of just about every resource there is here, and then just like keep checking back with the people folk. Well, half Auric and half infested monstrosities. So I'm gonna go back to the sun. Go to experimental procedures, and I gild the Vizier Predesite. And we need another D polarity because of the same reason. We want it durable. Grand Vizier. There we go. He's grand now. I thought these required words. These require 10 sun tokens each. Jesus. That's a lot. I'm not doing that. Absolutely. No. His tags are worth a bit more than others in terms of standing as well as others. I'll freely admit that I bought one or two of the tags for plat because they simply weren't dropping for me, and it was to even out my plat counts. I have slight OCD in that regard. Oh, I forgot to put up my chat. Hello! Probably a good idea to continue to have chat up so you can see if somebody asks questions. If people are asking questions, I don't even know. Soundtrack-wise, we are listening to, what is it, the Soldner X soundtrack? Yeah. Himmelstürmer. This is a scrolling
The
shooter.
controls
Shmups
suggest
tend to
that
have...
a large enemy is nearing. How can any...
That's okay. Have pretty killer soundtracks because they have to. Except for the ones that don't. The ones that don't, you generally have never played for a good reason. Reminds me, I have to find where I put my Radiant Silvergun soundtrack. Because I remember that being pretty decent. I need to replay Radiant Silvergun. That game is top notch. It's like my my bar for innovative and creative scrolling shoot 'em ups. It is the bar. You have to exceed that if you want to even be in the running. Okay. Now I can give you a reactor, and I have a friggin' ton of those. Okay. No. Yes. The link mods are better. Like, full stop. Because they link to your stats. They're very good as a result. Have I really not maxed out Prime Pack Leader? Apparently not. Well, I don't have the endo for that at the moment. So we're not going to worry about it. We do, however, want fetch for sure, and we need both of the mods. Where are you? Presets. Viral Quills and Panzer Devolution. I'm going to flip those two. So Viral Quills is basically it's a pocket sarin. Launches 6 quills at enemies within 20 meters from an organ under its chin, dealing 60 viral damage each, and 40% chance to proc the viral status effect. If the target is affected by a viral proc, it also adds a spore. There's a 4-second cooldown. So, because it shoots 6 quills at once, you are often getting those spores. If that's assuming you're not already giving them viral procs. So pretty handy, and the spores I believe work the same way Sarin spores do, just not as strong as Sarin's can be. And then Panzer Devolution devolves into its larval form upon death, and spits quills at enemies, dealing 60 viral damage each. Respawns into its true form after 30 seconds. So basically this turns into a weird cat-shaped sentinel that floats over your shoulder after it dies, and then it comes back. So you don't have to do anything. These are super low maintenance. Me making it super durable is almost pointless. When it is floating over your shoulder, as far as I know, it cannot die. It has like a bunch of shields and no health. And if it loses the shields, it just kind of stays there. The few times that's happened. So these are pretty great. The other ones, on the other hand, where are you? Grand Vizier. These can die, but they're also pretty durable, or can be built to be pretty durable. We're gonna level up our Panzervolpaphyla, and then our Vizier Predacite later. But for now, we are going... Oh, that's right. I need to buy the Grendel parts. Grendel bits. Grendel bits. And to do that, we need to go to the Arbiter's Visits. I may also need to farm some ducats, because I believe Barrow comes back this week. I don't think he was here this past weekend. I hope he wasn't, because I did not have much time to check. Busy weekend. My weekends are often busy. Alright, very good. Right. I don't care about that. Yes. Fine.
These honors.
It's fine.
These honors.
Try.
These
All right.
honors were well earned.
So the Grendel parts require a bit of prep. For these, you definitely want a squad that knows what it's doing, because you don't have any mods for any of these missions. One of them is I don't think they're all defenses. I know one of them is, and it's a challenge. It is not so easy. But as far as I know, the Grendel part is guaranteed. I certainly got it in the 3 individual runs when I did it before. It's what I hoped Frame farming was going to wind up being going forward if they weren't attached to a boss. Pretty boy's a pretty boy. Or girl, I have no idea. They're infested abominations with lots of teeth. Slimy, oh, see? Rewarding you for doing what you should be doing anyway. That's exactly what it should be. See? Now I have more resources. That reminds me.
Don't stop believing.
Rendell Glut Helmet? Almost certainly not. I swear it's not in the drop table. And there's something buggy going on there. I swear it's supposed to show up more than it does. I have that, right? No, no, no. Yes, I do. I don't use Loki much anymore. He used to be all I used for a very long time. Okay, the reason it's claiming that I don't have either of those is because I have the arcane versions instead. I should really get the regulars for cosmetic purposes. Also to equip regular arcanes, because most of the arcane helmets are, what's a nice way to put this? Worse than actual arcanes. Okay, so we are going to first do a couple fights of Tile Regger. He's on Uranus. Uranus. He's going to go down like a Led Zeppelin. Not the band, because they're awesome, but just in general. The problem is he's very time consuming, so these are going to be real fun and incredibly boring. We are doing this for Equinox. For Helminth. We already have Equinox, we already have Equinox Prime. You can't subsume primes, otherwise we would have done that. It's so much easier to farm an Equinox Prime, it's not even funny. Plus you could buy the parts, you can't do that with the regular. I have like a whopping 2 out of 8 components that I need, I think. Or is it 3? It is not very many. So, okay. Okay, I'm not gaining energy, that's fine. I want to switch to my Brack as well, so I can level it up. I think the ridiculous zoom... Oh, hello. The ridiculous zoom I have on it is due to a ribbon I have on there. Low energy stream. I don't want to actually have to do much in terms of playing the game right now. I'm letting my muscles take over and let my mouth just keep jabbering out filth and nonsense. And if people don't like that, I'm sorry.
She doesn't care about you, Tenno. She doesn't
Love you. Not like I love the two men you murdered. He has like some of the absolute best lines in the game. Hands down. Is that a limbo? Limbo? I'm gonna be real, but if you ruin this for me, I'm gonna cry. I'm going to ping this man. There you are.
Dissection? No. That sounds too humane. Your death will be painful.
I forgot about that. Mostly because I can't. It's
Pull this ocean down on us if I have to.
camera time. I hear goons. I saw a goon. Where'd goon go? Come back, goon. So you just basically have to sit here and wait until he comes out. I don't think killing enemies makes it go any faster. Which is awful. But,
Come near me, And I'll
He's
pound
now
you
invincible
into
again.
a tiny cube.
I could probably kill him faster by shooting him, in truth. So he did a thing. He made the water level rise. Good for him. I'm happy for him. I'm glad he has arms. And now he sends a bunch of, well, there's a nice way to put this, but chuckle fucks. Manics. Manic Bombards and Drekar Manic Bombards and Drekar Manics, which are different from regular Manics, and I do not think drop ash parts. Well, they didn't at one time. Or they did, then they didn't, and then maybe they did again. Ash is kind of a pain to farm. Fortunately, I had all the components spare to Helminth, which was good. I don't fight many Manics on a regular basis, or if I do, I don't notice them. There was a time when Manics were first introduced when they were a legitimate threat. They would lock you down, and there was not a whole lot you could do. They just... Okay. There's the water. It goes whoosh. Hey, bro. How, bro, things go, bro? You dead, bro? Where'd you go, bro? He did.
Be bothering us anymore. Let's get out of here.
Yes, I got the timing right. Now I have after images. After images? With mass? Yes, I am the F91 now. Let's go. So we just have to do that like 1,000 more times. I'm gonna real quick check my components for Equinox. But I'm pretty confident. Yeah. No, I apparently didn't have a blueprint for that, so I've actually made headway. I need 1, 2, yeah. I think 5 more components because I need the Equinox Night chassis, Neuroptics Night systems, and then you need the day aspect of same. So each time you're going into this, I think it's a 15% chance for any of them. I think you have I believe you have a 100% chance of getting a component drop, and then it's like 15% for any for each of them, equal chance for any. I suppose I could check that right now. Equinox. I take it back. It's worse. I should have done that, knowing mental math. So there's 8 total components, and it is, for the majority of them, 12.91%, except for the aspect blueprints, which are 11.28% per. So if I get a day aspect blueprint, that would be good. Earlier the better.
Keep going. Osier here. Grenier researcher Tile Rigger made alarming strides in the field of gene repair. His work would not only reverse centuries of deterioration due to excessive cloning,
So
but
we're just
also
ignoring
for
absolutely
stronger
everything
and
until I have like
deadlier
75
genetic
juice.
eliminate Regor and put a stop to his work.
Actually, we're gonna just ignore everything anyway. We're going straight to the objective. Where am I going? So yeah, Kuva Brak was the last of the Kuva weapons that I needed to get. And I can can see why people generally think it is good. I still think the Kuva,
Very excited now.
the Kuva Nukor is probably better. Largely agree. I'm quite fond of the Kuva Seer, even though it has no ammunition. But yeah, the Kuva Brack's pretty good, mostly because the vanilla Brack is pretty damn good.
Your death
So.
will be painful.
Ha, ha,
You had
ha.
me anxious, Helen.
He has the
Nervous.
giggles.
Pacing even. Didn't think you'd come. Such a relief. I'll finally get the chance to hurt you.
So because it's a fight with invulnerability phases, it's really what's a nice way to put this? It's really boring, as I've more or less already intimated.
And so the battle ends.
Alright, my dude, get zapped, fried, whatever. Oh,
Come near me, and I'll pound
okay,
you
we're
into
going
a
up
tiny
here.
The will to survive.
Gonna pull this ocean down on us if I have to.
And harmony.
You may have to, dude. Do what you gotta do, my man.
Civilization has been granted a
I won't hold it against you, I'll just kill you to death.
production system, and
Please don't do this. And now it's
relocating
talking.
to their new
Stop
homes
talking.
will prove to be an arduous
I forgot
task.
this had, like, actual text. Oh, did he show? No. Even though he showed up when his health bar turns orange at the top of the screen. Otherwise, we basically just have to sit here looking like idiots. There we go. Come at me, bro. Do it.
Nowhere left to hide. Nowhere
Left to
run.
run.
Die, lizard, leech, bloody worm.
He did. Now we make the quick sprint to the finish.
They won't be
I could probably do this faster
Let's get out of
solo,
here.
but if somebody wants to do it along with, they are more than welcome. Oh, I don't have the juice to make my dispensary. How quaint.
They won't be bothering us anymore. Let's get out of here.
That's actually pretty good. So I've got now the two lowest drop rate items in the lot of Equinox components. Which means we're gonna start getting repeats of ones we already have. Something fierce. As far as I know, there is nothing specific like a day-night cycle tying to what actual Equinox component you branch you wind up getting. I believe they're all in the same pool. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do last mission results, repeats, which I will continue to do until I need to level up my Brack. Or format my Brack. Kuva Brack, whatever. So, because I'm half asleep already, I'm about to close my eyes and take a nap during this next fight. Let the other guy do the work. Ugh. So yeah, sorry I have no energy. It is what it is. Should probably be taking a nap right now, but So yeah, I'll keep doing this for a while. Hopefully I'll actually get all the Equinox components today. Which I realize is kind of a waste of everybody else's time, but it's productive for me, probably. Did you really make the circle? Thank you. I need that.
Researcher Tile Regnum has made alarming strides in the
I have to
field of
run an
gene
entire
editing.
kilometer to
His
get to where I
work
need to
would
be?
not have
Ugh.
centuries of
This man's killing me.
due to excessive cloning.
He's killing me,
So allow
dude.
for stronger and deadlier genetic weapons. Eliminate
Give me
regular
more
and
energy,
stop to
please.
its work.
Thank you. Okay, we're good. Are we going the wrong way? We're going the wrong way. Dude, why am I doing this? I can't help myself. I saw a button. What's even up here? Stuff. Very good location for a. Oh no! Oh, these doors are locked now. Great. Okay, that was basically. There was no consciousness behind my eyes that did that. I saw it. I woke up halfway through that hack and realized that half of it had been done already. So right now we're talking about unconscious muscle reflex doing all the work, and that is about where we said we were. Nice to be aware of it, I suppose. As some would say, the pointy-haired manager from Dilbert is not at the controls, slowing everything down.
I'm very excited now. Anticipation. Ooh, I always learn so much. Live dissection.
How is this man not like a mile ahead of me already? Why is he not at the exit?
Dissection? No.
No.
Too humane. Your death will be painful.
Vivisection is pretty bad, my guy.
I'll oblige. Let my gavel wring justice off your thin tin skull.
Stand over here. These big fish.
Dressed for a funeral.
Out in Arkansas, I haven't needed those in ages. Should show him something nice. He's gonna pop up right. Where'd you go? There he is. That does nothing to him, but it's okay. It makes me feel better. That's what counts. Oh, is that health orb? Yes, those are absolutely on the wrong side of the glass. Okay. Not too bad.
This is for the tube man.
This is for the tube men. I'm gonna give my bro some shields because, you know, shieldy shields. As well as my. Did not get shields. Get shields now. He did.
Target down. Assassination contract complete. Great work, Tenno. You are surrounded by Grenier Marines. Target down.
It's not as easy to get the timing on that to have the after image effect on the exit screen. That's what I think. Because if you activate it too far in advance, when the person shows up, it'll turn off and you'll fly away. So you have to do it so that it's already activating as the other person in your party gets there. Or if you're solo, you have to activate it in midair as you're crossing over the threshold. It's super elite Warframe hacks is what it is. Oh my god, I'm rubbing my eyes, which I shouldn't be doing. It's not like I have conjunctivitis or whatever. I just feel like death. But I'm still streaming to you people because I must do this thing. It's an obligation, I guess. I don't know. We've had our fun. What? Oh, he's a mastery rank 4. Oh, I didn't see what we got last time. I should have probably done that. Day Neuroptics. Urker. Okay, so I'm actually better than halfway there now. I think I've got 5 out of 8. That's actually really good. That is farther along than I thought I would be at this point today. Half an hour into the stream, already halfway done with, more than halfway done with Equinox. Ooh. Ooh, buddy. I'm gonna have to actually come up with content to do for the stream, but quick. Don't worry, I've only got like 15 other frames I can go through. Half of which, unfortunately, are all through Samaris, and I'm sorely tempted to just buy because it's going to take you like a month
has made alarming strides in the field of
to get some of them.
His work will not only reverse centuries of material due to cloning, but also allow for stronger, heavier genetic molds.
Wow,
It
he's a
remained
long way away.
put a stop to his work.
Nice. The
I'm very excited
doctoral
now.
cancel didn't seem to work. I'm not sure why. I must have been late on the input. Because I woke up a little, and that's what we can't afford to do today. We need to stay asleep so that this grind just goes by, man. Back to bed, unless you have to be at work. Right now I don't, which is nice. What was that?
Your death will be
Sentience? Yeah, I think I overheard Oculus noises. Oh, here we friggin' go. Oh, God. Here we go. Unless there's a way I can get through that. There's a door. No, I do it.
Tenno,
I do
what
it
did you
the
see?
hard way.
My data stream went dark.
Oh, I hate these.
I am sensing
Because I
some
don't
signal
remember how to get
masks.
through them.
It will take some time to decipher. Concentrate on your mission for now.
Oh, I feel so dumb. Because I can never remember how to get through these, and it's not helped. There it is. It is not helped by the waypoint. We don't care. Electrified floor? Whoop-dee-doo.
always so calm, always in control. She doesn't care about you, General. She doesn't love you, not like I love the huge men.
Who's inbound?
Know anything about MySpace, Mom? I should probably help this other guy out. No, he doesn't need my help. Hey dude, you like slash procs?
Gonna pull this ocean
Very
down on
much,
us if I have to. Come for a fight. Ooh, should have dressed for a funeral.
I should probably find out what soundtrack is playing, because it is not the Soldier Next soundtrack. I have no idea. It's kind of noisy. I set a lot of things to autoplay. I was not paying much attention to any of them. There's good reasons for this. Screw sleeping. He hates underwater. I too hate underwater. I am not a fan. Even with the teleport that got added from the Arcwing teleport added with Railjack, it's pretty it's weak sauce. If we're still allowed to say the term weak sauce, it is weak. Seriously lame. Oh hey, guess who's not back?
Nowhere left to hide.
Oh, something got shot.
Left to run.
I shot it again. Giggle, giggle, giggle. So we're gonna do this for the next hour probably, and then figure out where we're at. Or half hour. Half hour probably. Depends on how long. Oh look, I should have had these turrets up a long time ago. Oh no. Get back here. It's gonna shoot you to death. I shouldn't have done it up there. Really wasn't smart. And he did. He did. Damage fall off on the Kuba bracket's pretty severe. Golly. That's okay though. There we go. Got it again. I am that good.
More. Let's get out of here.
Okay, so we are getting repeats again. I'm not surprised. Let's see, rank 21 on the Brack, 9 on the Panzerfaust, very good. Ah, Street Fighter EX, apparently, soundtrack. Arranged versions of the tracks. Okay, that's why I didn't recognize them. Accustomed to the game rip that I have. Repeat them, yeah, shut. There's any number of frames I could be doing. No, where it won't start. That's fine. Is any number of frames I could be doing this with? Okay, let's give me grief. I don't want it to give me grief. I want it to start the mission.
Would you?
There we go. I'll wait for that other guy to ready up, since he has been pretty consistent. He's clearly farming for Equinox as well, or just hanging around with somebody who's beating the mission for him repeatedly, which is also fine. As far as I'm concerned, that is perfectly okay. That is good enough. This game doesn't tell anyone anything. Okay, I didn't decide to start that mission, or take me along with him, I don't know. Maybe he left. That's fine. I can do these very quickly, so, well, I say very quickly, I can do these just as easily solo, because it's practically what's happening anyway. Largely because Protea makes it kind of brain dead. I have not tried Protea with Vayhek to see if Protea's drones will hit his head when it shows up. If it does, if they do, if her turrets do, there we go. If her turrets do hit him, then Protea is one of the easier ways to fight Vahek. Problem is, you get Protea well after Vahek is relevant.
Let my gavel ring justice of your
Okay, these guys are familiar faces.
Transference still holding.
Okay, that guy's not a familiar face. That is a Rhino. No, what are you? Oh, Wukong Prime. No wonder. Itzy pizzy mud. Okay, we're all at the point. Is there someone else who... Oh, yes, there's Killaboy 6677 who is not here. These are all mid-MRs, so I'm guessing the mid-mastery rank means these guys are doing it for the... are farming Equinox for our good friend Helminth to feed him her. To feed Helminth, which is the non-gendered, and the her, the Equinox, which is probably a female frame in both day and night aspects. I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't matter. We're feeding a frame to a thing. I don't want to use that, even though it would kill him just as quickly. I'm gonna plant this and start throwing down fun time balls. My timing sucked.
ocean down on us if I have to.
Still not sure where the ocean is on Neptune, really. Neptune being a gas giant. So all this swirly-burly, swishy-bishy shit is all slash damage. So when he spawns back in and hops in this general area, he's going to take many, many slash procs, and I'm going to have the giggle. Each one lasts for 40 seconds, and I can throw out how many? 3 at a time. You can do some serious chip damage in a serious hurry. And that's not even taking into account the every 4th cast, I get a damage boosted cast. Come on over, bruh. Come on over, bruh. Oh, he already dead, bruh. Bruh, you dead, bruh.
Nowhere left to hide. Nowhere left to run.
Home is where the heart is, though, Tile, whatever.
Come near me, and I'll pound you into a tiny cube.
I'm plopping down these. These are done with the same cast button. These provide shields and overshields to my allies. And shield regeneration over time. Serious shield regen over time. Like points per second. I think 70-something points per second. It's pretty intense. Very good for survivability. Not sure if it applies to frames that don't have shields natively, like Inaros or Nidus. I have never tried, and I don't think any of these guys are that. I wouldn't be surprised if it did apply to them, but at the same time, I would not expect it. Alright, fun balls. He did. It's very anticlimactic. It is 3 phases. The initial phase, the phase after he does a thing, and then another phase. And you deal most of his health in about a second. And then he's invincible again, and you're like, well, I feel like my time's been wasted. Yes! A 3rd time. I am so good at doing that. It doesn't seem like anything special. I'm going away because my people need me and I want to lag out all their particle effects engines. I think I did crank up my particle effects recently, that's why it's so showy. I don't exactly play the game at low settings, but there's a lot of settings I turn off because partly for the stream and partly because I don't care about motion blur at all. If it's there, I am feeling actively offended. I do not believe effects like motion blur belong in video games, personally, unless they're like an actual cinematic game, in which case it can look like whatever it wants to look like. Like Heavy Rain! Or whatever. What did we even get there? Another day aspect blueprint. I am not surprised. I knew we'd get into Repeat City sooner rather than later. Yes, I do recognize this track from the Street Fighter EX soundtrack. Strange Sunset. It's a good track. This one has a weird guitar solo in the background for some reason. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not going to start building these till I have all three. So right now, yeah, I still need the Equinox Day systems and chassis, and the Night chassis. So, we still have some serious grind ahead of us. That I got as many unique components as quickly as I did is pretty impressive. Oh, sure, cancel the vote, dude. Do what you gotta do. You should have left the squad. He may not know that. That's okay. Wow, I'm with a whole gaggle of crew. Wow, and they're about to beat the boss. Neat. Why does he have no armor? They're not about to beat the boss. I've been foiled. I have been bamboozled. And I do not appreciate their bamboozlery. Wow, he's regenerating his shields, but quick. Why? Don't worry, he'll get his. Oh, why am I diving down here? Why? Things I don't want. Do not want. Oh, I'm mad. Oh. Me too, dude. I'm mad that I have to keep farming this stupid level for, like, even if I got supremely lucky, you'd have to do 8 runs. And that's getting a different part each run. You'd have to be absurdly lucky for that to happen. Which isn't to say I've never been that lucky in Warframe before. I have. I got a couple frames that other people rant and rave about the difficulty on, or obnoxiousness on, in the bare minimum number of runs required. I think Nidus was one of them. Nidus people harp on as being an incredible pain, and I got him very quickly. It took me no time at all. And Harrow, I think, went fairly smoothly as well. Oh hey, guess what, buddy? You're getting shot by flame beams there, boy. And now you're gone. I wish that did damage. I really don't like invulnerability phases on my bosses. Not ones that last like a minute, anyway. It's just like, why am I sitting here doing nothing for a minute? Who said this was okay? Keladathame feels better, mostly because you can make that process go quick. Like, the only downtime you have with her is whatever length of time it takes to shoot the buttons, which you can do very quickly. And the mandatory, like, 10-15 seconds of having missiles fall on your head. It might be as much as 30 seconds. It's not as bad as this, where I'm just sitting here. There's nothing here to do. We're waiting. There isn't a manic floating. Okay, a thing happens. I don't think there's a manic floating around at the moment. We're in Warframe boss farm hell right now, and that is till Regor. Vey Heck is more engaging than this, for Christ's sakes. Lech Krill is really bad too, because you just never have any real idea what you're doing with that boss fight. At least I don't. You're just kind of there, it's like, oh, he did a thing, shoot him in the back and hope that you see a damage number. Sargus Ruck is kind of the same way, where it's just like, well, at least he's still there and attacking. Whereas Til Regor, he just runs away. He's just like, I'm gone for 90% of this fight. He's just not present. And I'm just like throwing my hands in the air being like, why is this okay? He's easy to kill. He's just really annoying. Oh, I'm good. Yep. I should stop exulting at that. I should change my image, my energy color to yellow so I can really look like I'm playing as the F91 Gundam. That'd be... I'd also have to open up my face more and be like, ah, after images with Max. Oh, the name of this song is appropriate. Undertube. What did we get? Night Neuroptics? That's one we already have. Great. I'm kicking myself for selling as many of the Equinox components as I did. I think Equinox went kind of quickly the first time I did it, where I got relatively lucky. I got most of the components first, you know, different one each time, but I don't remember back that far. That's like 4 or 5 years ago now. I don't know. I don't remember anything. I barely remember what I had for breakfast. Okay, I actually remember what I had for breakfast today, but that's oh, don't do that. Host, you're killing me, Schmaltz. You're killing me, Schmaltz. It's hanging. It is going. I have a cold, but other than that, it's going pretty good, and my brain's tired. So it's a low energy stream today. I don't even know what's happening here. What's going on? Repeat mission. Let's do that. Yes. So yeah, I'm just farming frame components, Mr. Rhodes. Just farming frame components. Because it takes no brain power. And that's good. Oh, I'm gonna have to actually run through the rest of this level. Come on, teleport, thank you. Teleport again, thank you. Don't do that. Don't do that either. Do that, thank you. Let's go up and try to do the water to land transition and go back in the water. Yes. Yes, that's what I wanted. I wanted that so much. Remember when Sharkwing was going to be like the next big gameplay element? Anybody remember back that far? Remember when it's like, oh yeah, we're going to do Arcwing, but underwater. Underwater is going to have like actual gameplay elements. We're going to do underwater stuff with some frequency. And like, we're like, okay, cool. And then Plains of Eidolon comes around. We're like, awesome, it's got bodies of water. We'll actually be able to do something different with Sharkwing other than be in Neptune all day for like the few missions we ever have to do. And then it's like, oh yeah. And nothing. So this is literally the only place in the entire game where you have water physics for Arcwing. I don't think even the revised Earth spy tiles have it. Maybe those do. Taking myself a break from this game, 5 years, countless hours, and accounts on all platforms is enough for me. Hell yeah, I hear that. I was popping down the wrong balls the entire time. I'm a goof. Nah, sometimes you just have to take a break. My breaks have been like smaller, but lately more frequent. Like I'll take like a week off here, a week off there. Where like the only time I do any Warframe is on the stream in a week. Partly due to time constraints and partly due to I just don't have the mental energy or wherewithal. I forgot to put down my... Get in there. Stop. So I totally hear you. I used to play the game like for hours and hours and hours every day, like yeah, even more recently than 5-7 years ago, but it hasn't been true for a while. But okay, I need a number of energy. I need 75 energy to pop my dispensary so I can get more energy much faster. Like so. Okay, so there's some manics floating around and dying. Oh, hi. Bye. So I'm right with you there on that, Danny. Right with you there on that. Still, I'd rather play this than a number of other games.
Nowhere left to run.
I put a bunch of time in the original Destiny, but most of that time I was like, I could be playing Warframe. Destiny 2 was far worse in that regard.
Come near me, and I'll pound you into a tiny cube.
DE gave up on... Danny says, DE gave up on content a while back, dude. They're more interested in skins for the money or broken updates. They no longer seem to cater to vets for this game. Updates seem to be in the same 3 types of missions like defense, exterminate, or spy missions. No thought goes into this game anymore. I agree that maybe less thought goes into this game than it should, but A, it's been a plague year, and B, there was always Steel Path, which is about as minimum effort as it is possible to be, and still not as good as I would have liked. I would have preferred it be like Grendel. But they keep adding stuff. It tends to be the same stuff, but that's the core of the game, and they want to expand on that. I understand why they would do that. I mean, once you get everything out of the game that you want, then you're done. I hear that. I still have fun playing the game, so and you know, people will get started on the whole, oh, they're owned by a Chinese company now. It's like, okay, yeah, that happened years ago. Now, admittedly, that company's been subsumed by Tencent. That is disconcerting as all hell. But until I start seeing it make a dramatic impact on actual game flow, when I start seeing legitimate loot boxes that you can only get the contents of by paying money and are gameplay affecting, i.e. not cosmetics, because cosmetics are basically their entire monetary model at this point, other than hoping that people buy plat in order to buy ribbons off other people from trade market, which is one of the other reasons I'm not a huge fan of ribbons. There are certain constraints to their economic model prospects, because they can't just be like, oh, let's come out with a paid update, because people will riot. People will riot regardless, because that's how people are. But I understand some of their decisions, but I very much cock an eyebrow at most of them. Okay, that's just a sentient floating around somewhere, I don't care where. Sentients are not my problem. The screen flicker I would be worried about, but I don't think you can even get Stalker or First Strike 3 or Zenuka on a boss mission. I don't think it's allowed. Oh yeah, I'm not even gonna go into how much money I've spent on the game. I do agree that the more recent content updates are kind of, the nicest way I can put it, shallow, but there's still potential there. If there weren't potential, I wouldn't play. So that's kind of what I keep running on, is the never-ending prayer that, oh, maybe this time they'll add something really substantive. Like, I like Necromechs, but literally who asked for them? I just want Trials to come back, man. And Solar Rails. I want them back. I actually enjoyed Solar Rails, as janky and dumb as they were. And how exploitative some of the people around them became. But I did enjoy them. I enjoyed Trials a lot, though. I'm still upset that they're gone. What I really found funny was, what did they remove? They took something out recently and were like, oh, it'll be back just like Trials. And I'm like, what do you mean, just like Trials? Those aren't back. Those are never coming back. If they haven't come back in 4 years, they're not coming back. Why would you do this to my poor, precious heart? So that was like a combination of, oh, hope, and then realizing, no, they've honestly completely forgotten. A lot of their their functional attract player base model has been generate as much hype as possible. And that has had certain knock-on effects, like heightened expectations, which leads to disappointment, as we have all felt. I wouldn't say I'm the most staunch supporter of DE at all, but I'm more willing to back them than some folks. Then again, my point of comparison is people on like the Steam forums, and that's a seething shit pile anyway. Sorry, Steam forum goers. You're basically part of a toxic system, and there's self-reinforcing negativity all around, no matter what forum you're on. So, yeah, I'm just talking mad smack today because I'm tired. That's probably bad. Day Neuroptics, I think that's the one I already had, of course. So we're just gonna keep doing this. Okay, it's an hour in. Willing to give this a few more goes. But yeah. The closest concession to actual veteran content was the Steel Path. And that, I was hoping for a lot more with that. That's not what I want to do. I want to do that. Because they were just like, oh, let's do it. All the enemies are at a higher base level, and oh yeah, let's just bump up all their stats. I'm like, okay, that's the absolute minimum you could do. Yeah, that's correct. I personally was hoping for something more like, if you ever did the missions required to get Grendel, where you're not allowed to use mods. That's kind of what I was hoping for. Because that would be, you know, a genuine show of skill. Making it rewarding would have been nice too, since the Steel Path resource that you get is pretty... It's like, what, there's 7 cosmetic items? Maybe more than 7 cosmetic items. I don't remember how many. Not very many. There's a limited number of cosmetic items that you can get with them, and that's basically all the value you get. And Warframe, I mean, yeah, okay, it's a cosmetics game, but still. Nothing's been added to that as far as I know. Admittedly, it's been a rough year. I'm willing to cut them some slack for 2020, if nothing else. Probably going to have to continue to cut them slack for 2021, because it's not going to be better. Well, I don't think it's going to be better. I want it to be better, but I'm not optimistic. Now we are rambling, and we're going to stop that right now.
She doesn't care about you, Jenna. She doesn't love you, not like I love the two men.
Where'd you go, dude? He's trying to teleport behind me and say nothing personnel, kid, and I'm not having it.
And I'll pound you into a tiny cube.
I'll just stay on this level for
Gonna
now.
pull this ocean down on us if
Stop
I have
playing
to.
as that drop. Yep. Yep. Totally understandable. Personally, I had to take a pretty hefty break after Diamos came out because I was just like, oh look, you had already done an open world where it felt like the grind was getting a little better in Fortuna. It was a bit more streamlined, and then you like took 3 steps back and were like, let's make the grind agonizing and convoluted again. And somehow 7 orders of magnitude worse. And I was just like, I can't deal with this right now. I just spawned the wrong balls again. I have to do it all over again. I have to keep casting my balls. And I was just like, nah, sorry. It's too many things. Oh, here's like 6 pets. Here's a whole bunch of extra stuff. Here's... oh god, I can't even remember half that. Here's a new frame, which was desperately mediocre. Not a Zaku fan, sorry. Where even is he? I should have probably marked him. I can take that hit. And Necromechs. Necromechs are cool if you want big, janky, only usable on open world area gameplay breaking Warframes. Not Warframes. Sort of like Warframes, but not. And those are cool. But it took me pretty much until right before the current Operation Orphix Venom event for me to have one. Like, I got one right before, like, the week before the event dropped. And I was like, okay. Actually, I got both of them the week before, because I lucked into part drops pretty quickly, which was nice. But then you look at the grind that you have to do for the weapon components for Necromech guns, and it's just like, oh, I have a 5% chance of getting any of those components. And that's pretty dreadful. And then you have 3 components you could get, and you might not get the one you need. And it's just like, thanks, I'd rather stare at paint dry or bang my head into a wall. It would feel more productive. Those felt like minor betrayals. But I'm waiting to see. I know nothing's going to change on that front, because they have a tendency to drop content and then completely forget about it. And I get that. Okay, so now I need 3 more components, I believe. I got the day's systems, that's good. Might actually be done with this today. That'll be cool. Might be done with this in the next half hour. I should really time how long it's taking me to do these. I think that took 5 minutes, 10 minutes. All the wait is waiting for Dingus McBighands to actually show up. I gotta double check my component count real quick, then I'll continue. Equinox. Yes, I just need chassis. Both chassis, that's it. I need 2 more parts. That's awesome. So this is gonna take a while. It's gonna take forever. We will be in this limbo for the rest of eternity. Actually, come to think of it, that other guy, that Mastery Rank 4 I was playing with before, had a limbo. I wasn't actually conscious that you could get limbo at Mastery Rank 4. Maybe you bought it, I don't know. Maybe you can get him at Mastery Rank 4. I don't know. I'm so divorced with the early game. That's the other thing that I keep, you know, being really frustrated by, is the new player experience for this game is completely bewildering. Like, I've had multiple people be like, okay, I just got to Earth, what do I do? And I'm like, holy shit, I can't actually tell you. I really don't even know. Because that's where everything happens, is they're just like, let's throw 16 systems at you at once. That you have no way of knowing what to prioritize for time. There's no, like, at a certain point, I think they should actually funnel people a bit more. And honestly, just Cephalon Fragment, I don't need those. And then actually describe the systems in place, because the game doesn't do any of that. You have to go onto the wiki, and the wiki is terrifying. Terrifying is the wiki. Like, you can go down a rabbit hole on the Warframe wiki like it was nothing. So easy to do. Where are you? I'm gonna mark this man. Where is he? I just need him to show up again, and I can mark him in when he's using vulnerability. I'm going to shoot things. Where are you? Show up, nerd! I got him. So the early game experience needs work. I've tried to get like 3 or 4 people into the game in like the last year or so, and they're just like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Help me. And I'm like, please check out the wiki. And they're like, I just spent an hour on the wiki and couldn't find what I was looking for. And I was like, well, that's because you don't know what to look for. Because the game didn't tell you anything useful about what to look for. And I'm like, I can give you like basic elemental mods, I can give you basic damage mods, and that's where all your power is going to come from, is leveling those up. But beyond that, okay, where is it? Is he down there? He's down there. Let's hit him with the beams. Show up. Please don't teleport. I don't like this teleports behind you, nothing personnel kid type behavior. So I'm gonna zap you with the zappers. Get zap!
Nowhere left to hide.
I don't actually want to hit him.
Nowhere left to
So
run.
there's a lot of frustration,
Would you look at
and it's
you?
justified.
Worthless
I still
ugly
think they're better than
freaks.
most of the competition. Like, even at the game's worst, I still would rather play this than like Destiny 2. Any day of the week. Destiny 2 I found to be exhausting and tedious, and not very fun. I liked Destiny 1 a lot too, and I wanted to like Destiny 2. though Destiny 1 I could only play with a controller, and I hate shooters with a controller. I can't do it. My brain doesn't do that. But I'm just like, oh, sorry. Not for me. Not for me. Oh, he's trying to kill him through the door. That's not gonna work. So there's probably some Mannix farting around. Oh no, there he is. He did. Should I even grab the mod that he dropped? I maybe should. I don't know. It was just Galleon. Not even a mod, dude? Come on, man. Come on! Give me the thing. Somebody recently posted, like, or sent me some old videos they had taken of old builds of Warframe that I'd been a part of, because we had played together, and he was like, oh man, I just found these on my hard drive. Nice, a chassis. I need one more component. And I was looking at the old footage. I'm like, my God, I missed that. This was back like right after they added the original star chart. So right after, this was like from right when I got started too. So right after, because way back in the day, in order to do missions, you had to use cards, mission cards. And you picked the mission card and you did the mission. That is no longer. That has not been the case for a very long time. That got killed by the end of 2012, I believe. It was before 2013 it even hit. This was in like closed beta. And I was just looking at this footage and I was like, my God, I remember that game. That game was great. What happened to that game? Not saying that I don't enjoy Warframe now. I do. It's just such a different game than I originally signed up for and got a Grandmaster Founder Pack for. Such a different animal now. I still love it. It's very near and dear to my heart, but man, like I've had to build up emotional separation so that I don't get too worked up over things, because I'm just like, you could do so much better. You could do. The game can do so much more than its current. What the hell is all this? Is there really? Wow, there really is. What? What? No. I'm not doing a survival mission. I'm not wasting my time. I have a farm. I'm doing the farm. I'm picking the radishes right now. And the radish is Equinox. So did I honestly click on the wrong button? I must have clicked on the wrong node. Oh, hey. Joining partway through the fight is the best possible way to spawn. That's why we're not doing this privately, because then I would have to run through the entire level every single time. And this way, I can occasionally get lucky and join someone else's version of the mission, where they might actually be at the boss already. Because this in the industry, a win-win. And that is why we are very happy. And totally waking up right now. The only reason I'm not mastering rank 30 is because I've been incredibly lazy when it comes to the DMO's content. As I was harping before. I've farmed maybe half of DMOs. I don't even have most of the guns from DMOs because A, it requires Sarah Glass shards and I just can't be bothered. And B, because it requires doing like all sorts of shit that I'd rather not be doing. Oh hi, you are already dead. I just wasted energy. That's fine.
Nowhere left to hide. Nowhere left to run. It's hammer time!
This door is very lewd, and I wish it would stop peeing in front of me on stream. That's gross. On the other hand, I have to admire the ever-loving heck out of any technology that's able to keep back however much ocean there is. I still don't know why Neptune is an ocean planet. I mean, other than the name, but it's not. Then again, we know the Orokin in Warframe super deep lore time. The Orokin have like masterful terraforming control.
This is for the tomb.
When it works, and isn't being deliberately made to not work. You know, like Venus. So they can get up to all kinds of antics as far as terraforming goes, but suffice it to say, I'm pretty confident that Neptune is not actually on Neptune, because that'd be impossible. Like, I just don't know how. I don't know how you could do that. Alright, Duke Alpha, let's show off my super timing skills for triggering my 4 as you get into range, like now. Yes! I am so good. I'm taking what little joy I can from this. I don't need neuroptics, I need chassis. I need nighttime chassis. Give me the Equinox Night chassis. Alternatively, give me something I already have 10 parts of, because I would never want the one thing I'm actually after. Remember, just like the original Monster Hunter games, there's a desire sensor built into the game that knows when you want something. If you want it, you will never get it. So remember that in any of your grinding games. All games that have grind are set up this way. Desire sensor, man. Dangerous technology from the Dark Ages. Yes. So if I can get that last component, I can do anything else with the rest of my Warframe time. Like farm another boss, which will take half the time that this does. Less than half, because you have to do this for, again, a minimum. Even if you were you had perfect rolls every single time, and you got a different component every single run, you would still have to run Tile Regger 8 times to get 1 Warframe, as opposed to 3. Oh my god, starting to be way off here. Having to run 1,200 meters in order to get to where I need to be. That's exactly what I wanted to do. Fortunately, half of that seems to just be this.
Stronger and deadlier genetic molds. Eliminate Regor and put a stop to its work.
Whatever. I can do super high level parkour, hardcore parkour.
When I crack open your
Pop. What's even hitting me? Probably a ball.
I'm very excited now.
I too am very excited.
I always
Get through the door, thank you. We call them vivisections. That's what they're called. It's vivisections. It's like the only line of his that bugs me.
That sounds too humane.
There we go. Getting the timing right on that.
Nobody knows you're here.
Yeah, I'm glad I tweaked my HUD margins. My HUD margins I had tweaked to... So, some people had commented on this many streams ago. But my HUD margins used to be squished way in. Because I used to play on a 4K monitor. A big 4K monitor that I couldn't place super far away from my head. So in order to catch everything, and it's big enough that I had to keep glancing into physically moving my head to glance into the corners. So in order to see everything much quicker in terms of salient HUD information, I had the HUD squeezed down so everything was kind of in the middle. But then for streaming, when I switched to doing it on a 2K monitor, because it was, or a 1920 by 1080 monitor, because that was much easier to do for processing as well as a number of other reasons. And I had a second monitor that made it easier. I kept that setting because I was accustomed to it, and people were like, "What the hell is wrong with your HUD?" I'm like, "Oh, nothing." What do you mean? What's wrong? Oh, because it's squeezed in. Oh, I see. I see that. I can understand why that would be odd if you expected everything to be in the corners instead of, you know, around the center of the screen. And recently I kind of squished things in a bit again in order to Because when you move, the hot elements move a bit. You can turn that off, but I like to have it there a little. Just to add that smidgen of dynamism. Oh, there you are. He's already been shot. We're gonna shoot him because we feel good about it.
Nowhere left to hide. Nowhere left to run.
Okay, so there's probably... Yeah, I mean, I know there's a Mannix, a squad of Mannix that he'll summon. But since they disappear...
Look at you. Worthless, ugly freaks.
Alright, Rhaegar, I'm gonna need you to come out of hiding, so I can blast you with me blasters, like that. Ah, we're good now. Why can't I run? What's going on? Oh, okay. I don't know what that was. That was really strange.
Tracking down. Assassination contract complete. Trademark Tenno.
Neuroptics again, I'm not surprised. So I just need the Knight chassis at this point. We could be here a while. Since somebody was kind enough to do the rough calculations. You are nearly guaranteed, quote, you are, quote, nearly guaranteed to get all the Equinox components after 69 runs, plus or minus 18 runs. Which, just nice. You are, quote, expected, unquote, to get them in 21 to 22, and we have done, just today, like 18. Probably, if I were to guess. Minimum 10. Nah, like 18, I think. I can double check that after this one. Since I'll have to find out. I went the wrong way.
His work would not only reverse centuries of deterioration due to excessive cloning, but also help for
That's
stronger
right.
and deadlier genetic
Actually went
molds.
really well.
Eliminate Fraggoth and put a stop to it.
So, as I was intimating early on in the stream when my brain was even less functional than it is now, I'm pretty much letting muscle memory do all of this. I am not really at the controls at this point. That's not the kind I want to be using. I want to be using my Kuva Brat.
I'm very excited now.
Ah, sugar. Come on. I always do that where I hit that ledge. Am I alone? I am not alone.
Dissection.
Sick.
No. That sounds
No,
too
not sick.
humane.
Show up.
Your death will be
That's the wrong thing.
painful.
God damn it, dude.
Gonna pull this ocean down on us if I have to.
You do. You definitely do, my guy.
This
Blop, blop.
is for the tube men.
This is for the tube men. Indeed. I too do this for the tube men. For them to die. Ha. Ha ha. Has he spawned back yet? Okay. Today'd be good. Thanks. You can attack me here now, my guy. Okay. What I keep forgetting to do is stand in front of my turrets, mostly because the turrets do not last long. Like, this is, I'm pretty sure,
Nowhere left to hide.
my max duration
Nowhere
build.
left to run. Come
Maybe
for a
not.
fight. Who should have dressed
This might
for
not be my
hero?
max duration build. What is... Oh, no. I need to check what build this is, because I thought this was my max duration. This might be my max range build, which would explain things. No, this has to be my duration build, because that's 70... Yeah, this is my duration build, I take it back. I don't know anything. So even with max duration, the turrets only last, like, maybe 10 seconds tops? It's not even that. Yeah, it's like 9-ish. All aimed the wrong way. Teleport to me, dude. Too bad. That's fine. That's okay. That's okay. Oh my gosh. Yes. No. Things people, longtime viewers of my stream will notice is that I have terrible aim. Awesome. Okay, we are now done with farming Equinox. Now I just literally have to put it together. I should have all the resources required for that. That should not be a problem. That was excellent. That only took me an hour and a half for all the components. That's really good. I honestly expected that to last 2 hours. Easily. So I'm taking that as an unqualified success. Or a fully qualified success? Whatever, I don't care. Equinox. Okay. Yeah, all of these are going to be a non-problem. I just need okay cells. I need to make sure I have an Equinox BP. I knew there was something I was forgetting. Equinox. Please load, thank you. Yes, very good. That requires a forma though. That's unfortunate. I wish you didn't. Do I have? Thought I had all the. Yeah, I do have the antonym skin. I knew I did. I didn't recognize it because. Equinox. Very good. Yeah, let's get this building. 1 and 2 and 3. So that took a grand total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 runs. Okay, so I was overestimating how long it took. That's really good. As far as I'm concerned, taking under double the amount of total parts, I'll take that. That's a win. So other frames I still need to get is Grendel, which I'm not going to do today because my brain isn't here. Where is my Warframe list here of ones that I need? Helminth frame checklist. I can remove our good friend Equinox from that list. Stink. So I still need to grind up Mesa, which I'll need a group for. Need is a strong word. Loki, Trinity, Excalibur, and Nova. And Gauss. And Grendel. And then after that, it's all stuff that I need to blow a lot of, oh, Korra and Lavos. Lavos I've already got. I can get rid of Lavos from that list. That is taken care of. I want to say there was another one here that I might have gotten. Which was that? Do we have Octavia on here? No, Octavia I took care of, yeah. Okay, that's the one I was thinking of. And then everything else I need to get from Samaris that requires like, what, 50 plus, you need like 125,000 Samaris. standing, and that's gonna, when your absolute best case scenario for Samara standing is gonna be something in a timely manner, without standing there scanning literally every object that comes into sight for 2, 3, 4 hours, is to get like 15k, roughly 15,000 or so. 15 to 20,000 standing in a day. You're not even getting enough for one part. You're looking at about a week just to farm one. And I need Limbo, Titania, Mirage, and Inaros, as well as the main BP for Harrow, Nidus, Atlas, Revenant, and Zaku. And I'm looking forward to doing all of that like I want to hold ahead. And I want to say, what does Korra need? I know does Korra have her main BP? No, Korra's BP you get from Vanilla Sanctuary Onslaught. I'll do Korra then. Korra's easy. And I have builds. I have builds for Sanctuary Onslaught. Korra. I just need systems for Korra. Excellent. 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 Okay. So for Sanctuary Onslaught, we're going with the Nuke in a Box build, which relies on explosive ledger domain. Yeah, I think I can, strictly speaking, get higher strength, but I'm okay with what we've got. It is good enough for me. And, yeah, I'll do a little Sanctuary Onslaught. It's what, rotation? I don't remember what rotation it's on. Whatever, it's Sanctuary Onslaught. I know that much, that's all I need to know. And it's vanilla, it's not on Elite, it is on vanilla. Elite has, what is it, the fully juiced up relics, and that's useful. Even though I don't really like the relic system as much as the old tower key system, because the tower keys, to me, felt like I was being much more productive. Even though a lot of the time, most of the time, you were getting trash and you couldn't focus on getting a component. Not really, anyway. Not the same way. Maybe I should have gone with a Saren. I was fully expected there to be a Saren, though. There's always Sarens here. If there's not, then I will have to be the Saren. Be the Saren you wish to see in the world, as they say. I'm gonna sit here and take it because I can afford to. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. It does take some doing to get the murder chain up and running, but once you do, the explosive ledger domain Mirage maxed range is very spicy meatball. Or in this case, disco ball. It's turning every single item drop, the items that the enemies are dropping, into a wide area explosive status inflicting death weapon, which is, as they say, a good thing. Plus the gems that I plop down when I hit my 2, those will deal some damage as well, though not a whole ton. It's not aiming low enough. I kept missing. Yeah, I can't really zoom with this because it's got a lot of zoom and it's got some serious kick. Yeah, keep shooting me. See if I care. I do not have the energy. Oh, Fots. 20 2020 hindsight, should maybe have found a way to put rage on this. It's okay. That's why we have operator mode. Center energy charge. Why is my browser way over there? I don't know.
We fought with honor.
So what we're looking to do, as far as I'm concerned, is get up to zone 8. There is a Saren. So Saren, a wide-range Spore Saren, and a me, what I'm playing, Explosive Ledger Domain Mirage, synergize beautifully on Sanctuary Onslaught. Because the Saren gets her murder chain started with spores, and then as soon as enemies start dying and start leaving behind drops, I can start getting my business in. And it just becomes self-reinforcing and a truly beautiful synergy. After this run, I'll probably have to form my Kuva Brack. That is fine. I have no idea how I want to build it in terms of forma and polarities, but it pretty much doesn't matter because it's going to have 80 mod juice to work with. I can afford to put on mods that don't fit, strictly speaking. Like, the only consideration I have is like the re-leveling, what I can have on it, and I should not care too much about that. Because it's covering the entire tile. They're not big damage numbers, but it's a lot of damage numbers, and that's what counts. It does fall off pretty dramatically on high-level enemies, sadly, but at that point, you have other things you can worry about. Also, I think growing power works quite handily on this. I do not have growing power equipped because I need to form a... I would have to form my Mirage, my Aura slot in order to get that in. Since I believe the status effects inflicted count towards that. I would have to check. It wouldn't dramatically bump damage up, though, I don't think. Though it would bump damage up. Okay, so with N5 Relic, not what we care about. We care about the Cora systems? Chassis? Neuroptics? I don't even remember now. Shoot, I should probably have checked that. Oh well. It's one Cora component, and I think it's all rotation C. Maybe not, I don't even know. I don't even know. I can't even see right now. Normally I'm not this low energy. I promise. Usually I'm much more mentally active and doing much more engaging things, well, relatively speaking. occasionally I do have to refresh all the items that have been turned into exploding landmines. Because I lose the ones that have spawned from enemies being too near them, and then I also want to use the enemy items, excuse me, that have dropped. Oh, we should have plopped it right here. Oh well. That's actually a lot of pellets, golly. I don't think this ribbon has multi-shot. I should check. I think it's... the ribbon I have on this is pretty bad. It's not a very good one. I don't like ribbons, so I don't really pay too much attention to them. Ugh. Getting tongue-tied. That's a bad sign. I'm pretty much just going to walk around hitting 2 every now and again. The other advantage of this particular build, and one of the reasons it synergizes well with Saren, is in the Sanctuary Onslaught mode, if you're spamming a power button, Samaris will remove the ability to use that for a certain amount of time. However, you can still keep using the same ability over and over, so long as there's a suitable or sufficient gap of time between usages. In this case, it's like 20 seconds between uses, or 10 seconds minimum between uses, because I don't have to use it very frequently. Wow, that's doing absolutely nothing because of damage fall off. Thanks, damage fall off, for making me do absolutely nothing. Just gonna lie here a minute. Take in the ceiling. Just lie here a moment. Oh, hey! That was rude. I was taking a nap. Very rude. I don't approve of this chicanery. I'm very upset. That was unfortunate. It made me look like a dense individual. I swear, I'm only dense when I'm tired, and I'm tired right now. Beep. Oh, he's already dead. There we go. The murder chain has begun. The higher level we go, the less damage we're going to do to them. But that's okay. That's why there's a Saren. Ancient healers go home. Oh. I have no juice. That did not grant me. There's a nice little hiccup there. A little bit of baby damage numbers. Oh, yes. How do you get little bitty baby damage numbers, you ask? Well, when a big daddy damage number and a hot mommy damage number love each other very, very much, they come together and make baby damage numbers. Saddest, I don't think you're Well, actually, since cephalons are largely ex-humans, I suppose you could be. Oh no, because it's infested. They're draining my juice. I can't have this. No juice drain. Please no host migration. Why you do this? Why would you do it this early? Full rotation or go home. Full rotation or don't even start. That's what I say. That means you're there for 30 goddamn minutes. You're there for 30 goddamn minutes as I pound my desk. Very lightly because I don't have the energy to pound it heavily. There we go. That should be sufficient. Oh, this tile's gonna make it hard. Anytime a Ancient Disruptor shows up, I'm gonna have a wonderful time. Hey! No! Bad. I don't know what the soundtrack is, but it's awful. Nope. Gran Turismo Original Sound Collection. I don't know where I got that. It's too bad, because half of it sounds pretty good. The other half, on the other hand, not so much. I don't know why I have this ephemera other than to have it equipped, because it looked okay. And it was free. My cup runneth under. I need more energy. Ask and thou shalt receive, saith the Lord. The Laird. Pop, pippity pop, pop, pop. Parasitic Eximus, go home. So, unlike a lot of other nuke frames, Explosive Legerdemain Mirage can just doesn't have to mash the button too frequently. Like Ember on Sanctuary Onslaught, to get its real nuking in, it has to cast its fort very frequently. It cannot afford to do that. I'll just get close. There we go. Satisfaction. This is kind of a tough tile because they spawn separated by a bunch of stuff. So it's kind of harder to get the murder chain up and running. And it's infested, so I'm liable to start losing energy at any moment. It's hard to get it back again. Damage fall off range is severe. Forgot about that. infested. I'm not using my 1 or my 3 because I don't have the energy overhead. So it's a little boring, I acknowledge. Okay. That took a very long time to get that to activate. I don't like that. Oh, cool. I can't do anything. This is good. I can't cast abilities. Let me see if falling down into a bottomless pit will fix it. I'm probably gonna have to die. Yeah, I'm gonna just jump in the middle here and hope that they kill me. Please kill me. Please, 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 please. Probably due to lag. Enemies are acting like I'm invisible. Gonna look for a bottomless pit again. Looks like no. Okay, that works. So I can bullet jump them to death. gotta be server lag. Oh yes, moon bullet jumping. This is precisely what I always wanted. So yeah, this run's dead. Long live the run. Fortunately, we didn't have to go beyond this point, so basically good. I can pick stuff up.
Hurry, Hunter. The conduit is closing fast.
It's probably lag. I don't know what connection he's using. It doesn't really matter.
Hunter, the sanctuary will go on.
Yeah,
without
just relics. I'm not surprised. Okay, got a form of that. I'm gonna switch to my other critter. That was a little unusual. No. Stop. Stop it.
Covered in blood.
Where are you? Grand Vizier, there we go. Upgrad. Action. Yes. Action. Upgrad. Install. Link health. Link shields. Link armor. Not that it needs the shields, but we've done it already. It's too late. Animal instinct. Whatever that precept is called. Acidic spittle and iatric mycelium, which is for healing. That's not very good, but that is. We're gonna leave that there. We want fetch, and I've got 5 more to work with. What can I slap on here? Oh, I can slap that, and I have 6 to work with. Ooh, I have 6. Eeny, meeny, miny, mony. Get your tiger by the Tony. Go with scavenge, why not, right? I can go with scavenge, can't I? I need this. Sugar. Sugar. Because he is going to bleed out like a brother trucker. Where are you? I can remove link shields. And I will... Actually, I kind of want link shields. I can go with the weaker animal instinct and change it over later because I don't need it now. Where's link shields? Link shields! There you are. And now I need whatever that other thing was called that I can't remember the name of already. Oh my goodness, loyal companion, thank you. There's another one that does that too, isn't there? Bleed out, bleed, and a pet king. Yeah. Actually, I could fit that in. Yeah, we'll go with that. And then put in lower level loyal companion. Und wir gut. Ja, that is probably fine for now. I don't see any difficulties there. Okay. Oh, right. Form in my brack. Ugrad. What does this have? Damage? Yeah, it has plus zoom, which doesn't do anyone any good. Minus slash is bad. The plus punch through is good. I'd prefer to have a lot more slash, but it's not a slash-centric weapon, so it's not the worst thing in the world. I'm gonna put a V polarity there. Actions, one of my pitifully small number Forma. What can I put in here? I can remove you. That gives me 12 to work with. I can put in Prime Pistol Gambit. Plop. Yeah, I guess I'll go for crit. Not that it does me any good either way. It's not a status machine, but it's got pretty decent status per projectile. 10% status per pellet is not half bad. It's not superb, but it's not bad either. So we're gonna go with that. I'm sorry about the delay. I'm in the wrong menu. There we go. Ugh. After this run, I'm gonna have to grab some more water, because my water supply just ran out. And that'll be like a couple minutes. I say a couple of minutes, it's gonna be very short. Unless I do something dumb like check my phone messages and find out that, oh, by the way, I've got a whole lot of IT problems I'm going to fix for other people, in which case I'm just going to be like, IT, man, I tell you. I tell you, man, IT work. It's a hell of a thing. It's not going to matter once we go through here. Okay, I think I saw a rhino. Saw many things. I think I saw a rhino. Is that an Excalibur? It could be a... I don't know what... that's a Valkyrie. Mostly I'm looking for the ever lovely Saren, because a Saren plus me equals synergy. Synergy is a very good for me, for all of we. It is good to have the synergy. Okay, I have surely killed enough enemies by now to make this work. Let's go. Let's fucking fall! Why can't I stand on any of these ledges? Please, please give me a ledge to stand on! I have no energy. Oh god, give me the juice. Give me that juice. Thank you. Oh, yes, yes, juice. Good. Juice, good. Frag like juice. And juice, like frag. Or so Frag would like to believe. Zim salabim, my friends. Oh, that's bad. Normally I play in a more dynamic fashion as well. A lot more hop, skip, and jump. But right now my brain has taken control and my autonomic muscle memory is saying, I don't know that I want to do this right now. It has taken a back seat. Ooh, that was pretty. Just died a couple seconds after showing up. I didn't even see the gem that I should have just plopped down. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. I have eyes. See? See? I have eyes so I can see that. Shooting it does nothing. I'm shooting at it because I am tired. I apologize to everyone having to watch this right now. This is not a good time for me. Time of day, it's fine, but not a good day. It's really, really tapped out. It was admittedly a long day yesterday, so it's probably some of that. And the day before that, I had a wonderful dentist appointment. I love those. That's not at all like going to an Inquisition era Spanish Inquisition era. Test your faith lab. Nothing at all. No Cerebod. Should be good. Want to get a certain number of seed kills in. Oh, that's really bad. Certain number of seed kills in order to have enough item drops that I can cast my 2, and it'll actually be worth something. That's why having a Saren is great, because Saren can get the kill chain started, and then I just keep them topped up, and everything will keep dying. And I believe when my abilities kill enemies, it also helps to spread the spores, so it becomes very self-reinforcing. I've never actually put that to a rigorous scientific test. That is my understanding of how that works now. So where's that gem getting plopped? So what's supposed to happen is I cast my 2. That might be it. I'm supposed to cast my 2, and where I'm pointing, a gem is supposed to appear. But sometimes even a cluster of gems if I've got my 1 out. Which maybe I should be doing. I don't have the energy, but God, what is that? See? Like that. Exactly like that. It's supposed to appear. It'll either disappear or explode in like 2 seconds. Sure, it'll hang around. That's fine. That is perfectly acceptable. Hey! What the f... Rude, sir. Rude. Oh, that looks wrong. And this year's it. Lovely. That's good. Okay. Hop on it. Didn't realize that I had gas damage on this. I thought it was radiation or toxin. Or something like that. Yeah, I thought it was rad toxin. And even if it wasn't rad toxin, it'd be like rad viral or something. Yeah, because the default element on the, or the built-in Kuva element that I have here is toxin. So unless it has gas already, or I put in a heat mod. I didn't think of that. Yes, damage numbers much like that are what I crave to see. if me or a Saren are doing our jobs properly, particularly on a regular a vanilla sanctuary onslaught, you should never actually see enemies all that often. Except in the very beginning, where they are going to show up. Yeah, that's right, knock me over, that's fine. Go for it. Please cast. Thank you. There's some lag. That guy might be connecting from Australia or something. And our ISPs do not like each other. Would not be the first time. It's too bad, because some of my best friends are Australians. I do not understand why I'm getting gas. I will have to double check my weapon modding. I'm pretty confident that I shouldn't be dealing gas damage. I should be doing radiation and toxin. I'm pretty sure. Because I was, yeah, because now I'm doing, no, that's pulled from my, my procs, from my, ability. That's okay. That I expect. So something wonky is going down, and I'm not sure what. Gas is fine as a status proc. It used to be many times better because the gas clouds, the initial hit would do gas damage, and then the clouds it left behind were all doing toxin. And toxin was quite good. Is still pretty good. But it no longer ignores shields. Or wait, no, now it still ignores shields. I take it back. It does ignore shields, which is what makes it relevant. But it's kind of tricky to keep having toxin. What they did to Blast, I just consider a massive shame, because Blast had high relevance as a crowd control element before. Now not so much. So much. Corpus Depository Seed. Pretty sure I have that many times over, but I wish you, once you got them, they got removed from the pool for you or something, but oh well. Then you'd have to have individual loot drops for everybody in your party, and I see why they wouldn't want to do that. Oh well. Crunchy. Oh boy. No. 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 Please heal that. To do something tricky to stay alive here. Also, my, whatever this thing is. Is supposed to drop a healing thing. Okay, we should be alright-ish. I, for one, am absolutely exhausted with, like, every update being some sort of a Grineer-centric update. Deimos was a step in the right direction for giving our infested rows some some lore love and whatnot, even though it really was more of an Orican lore update, then an infested lore update, but whatever, I take what I can get. We got sun-infested weapons, which was nice. We should be alright from here. Certainly for the next 15 seconds we should be fine. Then we just have to do 3 more, and then we're good. Okay. Fine. I can get knocked down in midair. That's okay. What do we got? We got more Grenier? Great. I'm gonna pop my one so incoming shots are mostly directed at Alright, so middle area is largely taken care of. This area is losing mines. That's okay. I will pop something there. Refresh everything. I cannot overstate how dramatically your power range stat affects your 2 in terms of how far the propagation. Oh my goodness, I'm out of energy. Of the conversion of the happy scrappy item conversion pulse goes. It is hundreds of in-game meters, hundreds, or over 100. It is big, it is large, it is in charge, it is very, very nice. So going max range with this build is highly desirable. It's pretty damn good. Rugo boy. Yes, shoot your goo at them. Did not do anything to that man. Shoot your goo again, like that. Don't have to get all up in their grill if you don't want though. That's not what I require of you. That's what. That's okay. Aight, that went well enough. Considering I was only focusing on like 1/4 of the map. Alright, 2 more. I'm gonna have to get water if nothing else. So it is Grenier Day. I'd kind of rather fight them than Infested, but I'd rather fight Corpus than either. Oh my goodness. Mostly because Corpus die to a million different things. The exception of nullifiers, who are their own category unto themselves. Barring nullifiers, who are a severe pain in the rear. I would always rather fight Corpus because they're easier to fight. Grenier just stop taking damage from things because of their armor, even though the armor is dramatically reduced from what it used to be. They still have a ton of hit scan weapons, and that's a pain to deal with. Hop around and provide a little help. To my casts, just to make sure they're dying properly. Because I know stuff like heavy gunners crazy cat ladies and bombards are not going to die very well from just my 2. I'm going to have to help them out. Fortunately, I've got a melee weapon, and that melee weapon kicks hard rocks, as most of them do. Also, I have a strong ranged weapon that kills entire swarms. Hooray, Amprex! Hooray, slash rocks. One of the few weapons that Hunter Munitions is actually really good for. Because you have a very high crit weapon paired with an all-elemental weapon that you can turn to do corrosive, which is good against Grineer in general. Although I suppose you don't really need to. You can't easily make it a viral weapon, unfortunately. You could, but you kind of run out of slots awful quick. Because you don't have many to begin with. I should probably recast my 2, and I don't have any energy. Oh my goodness, let's fix that. Hunter Munitions, unfortunately, is not as useful as it seems. It does require rather specific circumstances to be worth your while, I find. Wow, that's a lot of enemies. Let's change that. It's a Venomous Eximus? I don't even remember what you do. You're dying. It does, in order to really be worth your while, you need a high crit rate, because you're only going to be able to get the slash proc on crit to happen 30% of the time, I think it is. I think it's 30% chance, if memory serves. And that is kind of bad if you don't have... Since most of your high crit weapons are going to be high damage per shot affairs, but kind of slow fire rate. One of the few exceptions to that is the Amprex, which is a very, very high rate of fire and hits crowds. So you get lots of slash procs very, 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 very quickly. And they can do quite a bit of damage. This is a lot of Eximus units. Golly. Q frag being out of energy for the nth time. Making me really wonder if maybe I should find some way of maybe, I don't know, fitting rage onto this build somehow. Cast before I actually run out of energy. There we go. There we go. Much better. So I can hop on here, can't I? Oh no, hop on, please. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. We should be good from here on out. 25 seconds? Yeah, we're fine. We're fine. Vizier Predacite is level something. Oh wow, that actually hit me. Cool. Problem with the Amprex is it doesn't have a ton of range, and I do not think mine is modded to have range, unfortunately, which makes it a bit less good than it could be. I'm gonna just sit here and take it. What did we get from that? Probably not a Korra component. Oh yes, I wasn't trying to do my items, I was trying to do my dance emotes. That's all I care about. It's fashion frame, kids. Yeah, so we just got basically garbage that entire room. That's too bad. Not a whole lot. Okay, so I gotta quickly grab some water because I thirst. He had to scoot anyway. Just in case, let me see if I just missed seeing one. No. haven't even gotten a duplicate yet. What is their drop rate out of the sense of morbid interest? Cora. I believe it's rotation C. And what do I need? Cora. I need systems. Systems are a rotation C phenomenon, and they have an 11.28% chance of dropping. Yeah, that's about what I thought. Yeah, there it goes AABC. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. So it should be, yeah, round 8 is my first C. So I figure going to round 8 is fine, because I need to do round 8 in order to get the thing to drop. Yep, nothing interesting here. In terms of stuff that I wasn't thinking of for farming her. So it is as I suspected. Very good. That's fine. Oh, vanilla sanctuary onslaught. Rote C. Route 8. Saving that. I have a little master document that I have typed up. It's literally a notepad because I'm lazy. I do not have a spreadsheet that I'm using because I didn't feel it was worth my time to do that. I should have a universal spreadsheet for this stuff, and I probably will put that together someday. And then distribute it for free on my stream and be like, please use this, it'll help you or something. Or I'll just steal someone else's that does the same thing. Okay, I am... What time is it? Oh, actually, I have to run. Frigadoodle. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, folks. I apologize for the low energy this stream, but life happens, I guess. I do this every week, a Warframe Wednesdays stream, where I do something Warframe related every Wednesday. And then I have a Storytime Saturdays stream. No, I don't anymore. I have a Free Read Fridays stream, where I read short stories and indeed entire novels aloud. Right now we're halfway through The Freeze Frame Revolution by Peter Watts. If you like reading stories about how to implement a silent revolutionary coup against an implacable overseer, big brother foe, which can see everything you see and hear everything you hear. That's worth listening to. Not because there was an attempted coup on the government. I suppose that's just terrible timing on my part. It really, really, really is. It was not intentional. I swear I started reading this before that happened. And I read The Moon is a Harsh Mistress before that happened. I swear. This was not to incite ideas. It's also to show how those people are basically idiots and how you can do a much better job if you use half a brain cell against a much harder foe or opposition. Alternatively, I also have a Mecha Monday stream where I do something giant robot related or mecha adjacent for a couple hours every Monday. So yeah, that's my stream schedule. That should all be posted in my stream description. If it's not there, oops. I had plans for this coming Monday for something interesting to do, but I can't remember what they were, so they must not have been that dramatic. I think it involved emulation. It probably did. All the good mecha games are on other platforms or unobtainable in other ways. Oh, actually, That might have been it. And I don't have to emulate that. It might have been MS Saga on the PS2, which I'm not going to emulate, although I guess kind of it's emulation, because I'd be running it through my PS3 to do it. We'll see. I might actually check out to see how the emulated version of that runs to see if it runs better. Then I might just stream the emulated version. I have a copy of the game, so it's not a big deal. And I have a functioning console that I can run it on. So I'm not technically breaking the law. Really? Whatever. Have a good one, folks. Hope you enjoyed. If you didn't, I'm sorry. Maybe next time. Otherwise, thanks for tuning in. Those of you who tuned in, those of you who didn't tune in, I forgive you. I'm magnanimous. Otherwise, yeah, have a good one. I do try to do this stuff every week, schedule permitting. Lately, I have had a permitting schedule. That could change at any time. And I probably won't know until the day of, because, hooray, poor timing. But yeah, have a good one, folks. Stay healthier than I am right now, and stay safe, I guess. Yeah, stay content if you can. That's the hard part. Alright, folks, have a good one. Say hello to your pets for me. Bye.